Hi, and welcome to Assessment Quickies, Student Learning Outcomes Assessment in 10 Easy Steps. This is podcast number 5, Choosing Assessment Measures. Hi, my name is Michelle, and with the help of Professor Walter, we will provide answers to the most commonly asked questions about assessment. By the end of this podcast, you should be able to choose assessment measures for your degree program.
What does assessment of student learning mean?
Assessment of student learning refers to the process of defining what students are expected to know and be able to do. So, the process of assessment means what do you want students to know and be able to do, and how well did they learn that, and how do you know?
How is assessment of student learning different from course grades?
Well, first, student learning outcomes are determined by all faculty, not just one instructor. A course grade can reflect how well students have learned on several SLOs, so it does not tell you how well the student did on any one SLO. Course grades may be subject to inflation, and student learning happens across the curriculum, not just in any one course. An assessment tool or assessment measure can be any type of student work that demonstrates what students have learned. It's important that it be a sample of students' best learning and demonstrates their best work.
What are the major types of assessment measures?
There are two basic types of assessment measures, direct and indirect. Direct assessment measures are samples of student work that demonstrate student learning. Indirect measures are secondhand data, for example, how students feel about their learning or what alumni report that they remember from their studies.
Can anything be a direct assessment measure?
Direct assessment measures are most often actual course assignments that students do for a grade. Either individual student work or teamwork can be an assessment measure.
What are some specific examples of direct measures?
Direct measures include written work such as term papers, essays, reports, or creative writing. Another type of direct measure is an objective test, a multiple or choice or true-false or GRE. A third type of direct measure is an oral presentation. Other types of direct measures include simulations or case studies, service learning, fieldwork, internships, problem solving, and team assignments or presentations. Finally, more direct assessment measures can be journals, blogs, wikis, discussion posts, videos, student films, literature reviews, article critiques, annotated bibliographies, or student lesson plans, student teaching, or mentoring.
Okay, I get the direct measures. Now what are some indirect assessment measures?
Indirect measures of assessment are not examples of student work, but rather they're measures of student or alumni opinion or rankings by external persons. These are indirect because they don't really tell you what the student actually knows, just opinions about learning.
Once we decide on which assessment measure to use, what's the next step?
In the next quickie, we'll explain how to plan for collecting evidence of student learning. And thank you for listening to this podcast.